There is power behind every story we carry within. Every tragedy, no, yes, laugh, victory. And every testimony that is incubated within our souls have power. The power to transform, from tragedy to crown, from obstacle to opportunity, and all the moments in between make us wiser. Watch Candid Conversations with Charisa for impactful, unheard moments that will certainly spark your power and inner truth to shift, heal, and restore your life. It's time to get real, uncover, unlock, unpack, set free, and increase the dialogue to change a life. We all start somewhere and end in places of destiny. Get ready for the long-awaited Candid Conversations with Charisa.
Hi, it's Charisa Monroe Wilborn, and I want to welcome you back to Candid Conversations Season 4. Yes, we are rocking, we are rolling, and it is getting better and better and better. If you are here, you've either been following my channel on YouTube, you've been subscribing, and if you haven't, now you want to subscribe, now is the time. Make sure you share, make sure you like, and make sure you comment. I love reading your comments. They are so encouraging and so supportive. So keep following for the next 8 weeks. We'll be here just having open and candid conversations about life. Stay tuned. So my journey, that's an interesting question. I haven't been asked that question. My journey from working a 9 to 5 as an employee to now working full-time entrepreneur, self-employed, has been a transition. And that transition actually started before I left my 9 to 5 completely. And I probably could have left my 9 to 5 sooner, but for one, I was waiting on the right time, the right place. I was waiting on the right amount of resources. And so I was working part-time as a 9 to 5, and then I was working part-time as an entrepreneur. And that worked out for a while because it allowed me the ability to build my brand, or at least start it. But I still could have probably left my 9 to 5 a lot sooner, but I was just waiting. Like I was waiting for the right time. I was like, oh, I want to have this cushion in the bank. I want to make sure that I have the resources I need because I don't want to leave my 9 to 5 and then my sense of stability is gone. And I don't know that it would have mattered if I left sooner or when I left. I don't think there's ever a right time. I think it was one of those things where you just have to do it. Like you just have to do it. You have to take action. So to make a long story short, I probably did that part-time 9 to 5, part-time entrepreneur for about 3-4 years. And then something in life happened. I actually got married, and that transitioned me out of my 9 to 5 into self-employment. And if I wasn't ready, it was get ready type of thing. And so I was happy that I had that transition, but I also, now that I'm here, I wish, man, I could have done this a lot sooner. But a lot of people wait for the right time. They wait for the right feeling. They wait for the right amount of money. They wait for the right person. They wait for the right home. They wait for the right amount of knowledge or the right amount of information. And I had gotten so much of that. I had so much of that, but I was like, man, I need to make sure that when I move, because I'm a recovering control freak, I wanted to have everything in place already. I wanted to make sure that everything was covered. I wanted to know that, everything would be there, because at the end of the day, if it wasn't, I would feel like a failure. I wouldn't be progressing the way I wanted to. So it wasn't easy. But now that I made that step, I realized like sometimes you just have to move. You literally just have to get into movement. You have to get into action, and you just have to make the decision. There's a decision I had to make. Charisa, do you want to be full-time or 100% working on your brand and working on other family businesses that you have? Or do you want to continue to be an employee working a 9 to 5 where you're not, you're happy and content, but it's not really the kind of lifestyle you want? What do you want to do? I went back and forth because it wasn't the right time. or it wasn't the right blank. Fill in the blank. It wasn't the right. And so I'm here, and I'm so happy to be here. And now I'm having decisions on, okay, do I sign this contract? Do I talk to this person? Do I partner with this person? Is it right? Is it the right person? Is it the right partner? Is it the right opportunity? And I'm at a place where I'm not making the decision. But sometimes you just need to make the decision. You have to act, and then you get to assess, and then you get to make the adjustments. And so I'm at that place where I'm acting, assessing, and adjusting. And that is a concept that I recently learned from a coach of mine. And I'm all about coaches. Like, if you want to increase your business, get a coach. No different than if you want to up level your body, you get a trainer, you get a coach in sports. Like, get yourself a business coach. And so one of the things I learned, he's like, just act. Don't have no judgment to it. Don't think about it. Just act. Because once you act, then you get to make the assessment. You get to evaluate, okay, this is what I acted. This is what's happened. If I'm not getting what I want, then I get to make the adjustments. I get to change the ingredients in the recipe. Because if you're making a meal, you're baking, and you're not getting the product that you want. It's coming out dumb, it's coming out burnt, it's coming out flat, it's not rising, it's not tasting good. Then you go back to the ingredients and you check, okay, so what do I need to add? How much of what do I need to add? What do I need to take out? So I'm at that place where I'm acting and assessing and then adjusting. I'm moving, I'm managing, and then I'm just restarting. And so that process I find to be so much better than not acting, or acting and then being stuck in, okay, I'm making the move, but it's not what I want. So I'm applying all kind of judgment. I'm thinking I'm a failure. I'm resenting my decision. Oh my gosh, I should have made that decision. No, you did make the right decision. No one said it would be perfect. No one said it would be right all the time, but you made a decision. So that transition from a 9-to-5 to self-employment and entrepreneur has been an adjusting one, but I think it's been a good one. And the other thing that I have to say, like one of the three things I'm realizing, because people think, oh, when you go from a 9-to-5 to a self-employment, or you work on your own, you own your own business, it's all peachy clean, it's picnic. Oh my God, I have the life I want. I can sleep in how long I want. I don't have to go to nobody's job anymore. No one tells me what to do. There's no rules to follow. I'm my own person. And then you realize real quick, oh no, boo. Like, you have more responsibility. You have freedom, but that freedom comes with responsibility. That freedom almost comes with a burden of now you have to manage your own self. And sometimes it's easier for us to be managed by somebody else than it is for us to manage ourselves. Someone can tell us what to do and we say, okay, especially if it's tied to, I gotta do what you say to do because you're the one that's putting food on my table. Versus me saying, I'm gonna get up at 6 o'clock in the morning because I have a task to do, or I have things to do. And then I can say, I'll just get up at 9. And every day, oh, it gets later, I'll just get up at 10 because there's no one there. So there's a discipline that's needed, even more discipline that I need now that I'm not working for anybody, now that I'm working for myself. There is even more responsibility. There's even a level of trust that I realize I need to have, not in nobody else. I need to have it in myself. I need to have trust to know that I can make the best decision. And if it's not the best decision, I can trust that when I reassess and I readjust, when I act again, I would have made the good enough decision to produce the result that I want. But I get to trust that I can get it right all the time, but I'm gonna be okay. I also get to master, like, I think one of the things that I'm learning is the level of mastery that's needed to be certain in my value, to be certain in my skills, the level of mastery that's needed in implementing the information that I'm getting. So I realized one of the things I did going from self-employment, going from 9-to-5 to self-employment, is wanting to get more information on what it is that I'm doing. and building a business and what systems and strategies look like. And I was getting a lot of information. That was my first step to mastery. And then I realized, okay, now that I have the information, now I have to implement. So it's interesting how we get a whole lot of information. We think we need more information, more knowledge, more information, more knowledge. And one of the other things I'm learning from my coach is we can get a lot of information and still be as ignorant as all get out if we're not implementing what we're doing. If we're not putting into action the information we got 6 months ago. So you do a whole certification, you do a whole class, you do a whole online webinar. They give you things to do to move from one level of your business to another, and then you never implement it. And then you wonder why 8 months later, you're in the same position, haven't made any more money, haven't added on one more employee because you haven't implemented what you've learned. So you're just as ignorant as you was before you got the information. So I'm in the process of mastering, implementing and putting into action and movement the information that I've gotten as far as building a business and putting in the systems. I'm also being more patient with myself. You know, you usually get from a 9 to 5 and you transition into having your own business, and there is this, I want to get rich quick, or I want to see progress quick, or I want to see these elevated levels of whatever my goals are, I want to see it quick. And you realize actually the amount of work that you have to put in the amount of years that's needed before you see the results requires so much patience. And so when I thought that, in the first year, I'm going to make 20,000 and 50,000. Oh no, I have learned in the first 17, 18, 19, 20, in the first 4 or 5 years that you put in 4 or 5 years of trust and mastery and work before you start to see any profit and any gain. And I liken it to weight loss or weight gain, but weight loss especially. How many of us have done fad diets, right? We've done these get skinny quick, these Atkins diet, these keto, even there's just these diets that, you can lose weight quickly, but it doesn't last. You can lose weight quickly, but sometimes it doesn't look good. You can lose weight quickly, but you don't feel good mentally. You feel the same versus going through the process and the progress of taking your time to lose the weight that is more than just a physical act. It is also a mental and psychological expression of who you are. When you lose weight and you change the way you think and you make it a lifestyle versus just a moment of change. And so same thing with business. Business grows over time. It can grow quickly, but as quick as it grows is as quick as you will lose it. Is as quick as it would fail. So this level of patience that I'm building, this muscle that I'm building of patience in learning to trust myself, learning to trust my decisions, mastering the different levels, mastering my skill, mastering, the level of systems that's needed to make a business work. Like that's taking time, that's taking patience, being okay with everything you do make goes into the business and you get nothing for the first 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years. Being okay with, but I'm building. And when you think about a building, when you build from the foundation, you build it slowly, you build a better foundation. You build a stronger fortress. So when you put everything else on top of that, like no matter what happens, your foundation is always there. Even if the roof flies off, being from the Bahamas, we have hurricanes. And one of the things that's going to go first are going to be shingles. You're probably going to lose your roof and you're going to lose some windows. But the foundation is going to be there. The walls are going to be there because you've taken the time. The building code, the code of what's needed to build a business, to build a brand, requires the time and the necessary mastery, requires the time and the patience and the work to make sure it is successful over time. So that's where I'm at. It's been an adjustment and I've been enjoying it because I've been watching myself grow. I've been watching myself evolve. I've been watching myself build, but I've also been able to bring people alongside me and they get to watch me grow and not this get rich quick scheme, not this, she's all about the money, she's all about the fame. No, I'm all about building relationships. I'm all about us growing together, changing lives together. Like I talk about my team a lot because I have the team that knows that one thing I want to do is change lives. And they are right there with me. So we get to do that together. I had to build that team. Imagine me. I would have never imagined I would have had my own team and I don't want to call them employers because they're more than that to me, but my own team that I built. I built from the ground up, and I haven't been changing team members. Like I had the same team for the last 4 or 5 years. Like that says a lot about me, says a lot about them, says a lot about the building and the mastery and the trust. I've been able to trust that the people that I allow, the decisions that I make on who's gonna help me in this grand scheme of building an empire. Like I get to trust that, you know what, I chose right. And if I realize down the line that this person was good for now, but they're not gonna work out going forward, then I get to trust that I'm gonna make the decision to say, okay, you know what, our season is up, your season is up, and be okay with letting them go, or be okay with saying, okay, we're gonna go another 5 years. So yes, I would encourage, patience when you're making that transition. I would encourage mastery. I would encourage trusting of self, because trusting of self allows you to be able to trust others around you.